Hey, it's Rich, the Louisiana Hobby Guy, and today we're going to be setting up a fiber laser with a new lens. Actually, I'm not changing the lens, but I'm going to show you how you would set up the laser if you did get a new lens. So I've had a couple people ask me about this, and I've sent them to other videos on Lightburn or whatever. And one of my patrons just asked me, one of my top level patrons just asked me if I could help him do his. So I figured I'd do this video and show you how to get it done quick and easy, probably faster than any of the other videos that you're going to find. So let's get started. Let's jump up over into Lightburn. I am using version 2.0 today, and the process is the same whether you're using 2.0 or 1.7. So today is the first day that it came out, or actually the second day. And I figured I may as well start using this in my videos from now on. So right now I've got, as you can see, the Monport 100 watt MOPA laser. I've got it all set up on my workbench here. So what you're going to need to do this is you're going to need to have a sheet of black paper. I prefer scratch paper myself. It's sort of like a paper that kids design on. So that's what I'm going to use today. It gives you some really colorful lines that are very easy to read and write on, and you'll see in just the next couple moments. So now that we've got that set up on the laser, you're also going to need a caliper or the metal ruler that came with your fiber laser. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I think that almost everybody skips is you don't want to overwrite your current device if you've already installed it with your current lens. So let's click on the devices button over here on the laser tab, and in here we've got the Monport 100 watt MOPA. And what I'm going to do here is right click on this, and I'm going to duplicate it. And it is a BSL fiber, and now I'm going to name this the actual lens size. So we're going to put in 175, and the x-axis is 175, the y is 175. So we'll hit next, and that's it. We're pretty much done. We'll go finish, and now you can see we have the MOPA 175 in there. So if you had other lenses, let's say you were doing a 110, you would name it whatever the laser is, 110. That way you can switch lenses and quick and easy, and switch profiles in the devices here. So we'll just say OK to that. And then the important thing is that once you've done that, you need to pull down your drop down list over here and switch to that lens 175. So there we go, we're all set. We're switched over to that lens. One thing you want to make sure when you first start, if we come up here to the wrench and screwdriver icon and click on that, you want to make sure that everything is the default settings. So what you can do here, change all of these to, let's say 100%, and then 1, 1, 1, and the same thing over here, 100%, 1, 1, 1. I'm just pressing tab to go through the menus. And the scale, well, that's probably set already, but those are the only things that we need to change in here. Make sure that you don't have a core file up in here. If you do, click the clear button and then go ahead and make your changes. So I happen to know that Galvo 2 is the x-axis, so this is now my y-axis up here, and this is my x-axis down here. And now I can just say OK, and we're ready to get started. So let's jump up here to the top menu. We're going to click on Laser Tools, and we're going to come down here to Calibrate Galvo Lens. And we're going to do the easy way. This is built into Lightburn, so we're going to do the 9-point correction. Now, it's going to ask us to make sure that, first off, we have the right device, which we do, and then material with high contrast, which we have, and then it tells you right here, black paper works well. Enter the working area of this laser. It is 175 by 175. So we'll click next and set the parameters. So I'm going to set this to 1000 millimeters per second, I guess. We'll do a frequency of 40, and we'll do a Q pulse of 80. And now all we have to do is click frame. So when I click frame, that sends the job over to the laser. And let me switch over there so you can see it. And there you see, there is my paper. So I'm going to get this down near a corner, and that's close enough right there. So what we want to do now is just click the start button and let that job run. Now the next thing we have to do is take this off of the laser. Let me come back to my camera here. And noting that this is the top up here where I took it off the laser. So I'm just gonna get my little wooden pencil that came with this paper and right top on the top of it, right there. And now I have to look at the orientation of the Lightburn dragon. So if I pull this in real close, I'm not sure that you can see this. I'll take a picture of it and I'll show you the picture, but I have to note the way that dragon is oriented. And I note that the arrow on the dragon's tail is pointing to the top and the dragon's mouth is pointing down. So now we're going to go next over here. So the arrow is pointing to the top and the mouth is pointing down. So see this one right here? That's exactly what I see on my picture. So now I can click next and carefully measure the distance of each indicated point to the vertical center line. Enter the measurements in the corresponding boxes on the right, which is over here. So now I'm going to do that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me go take those measurements and then we'll enter those into here. Okay, so here we go. I turned another light on. Maybe you can see this time. There's all of my numbers that I've recorded on this paper, and that's why I love this paper, is because it's very easy to see. I don't know why it didn't show up earlier. But anyway, so now we're going to take these numbers starting with number 1. I have them marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just going to put these numbers in here on the right side. So number 1 is 56.5, so I'll put in 56.5. Number 2 is 57. Number 3 is 57. Number 4 is 57.5. Number 5 is 57. And number 6 is 57.5. And now we can just click next. Now we're going to measure the points on the Y this time. And again, the same thing, 6 different points. Okay, so I've got all of my points marked on here in the order that they're shown on there, and we're just going to start putting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 one more time. So I got 58 on the first one. Let me put this in a place where I can just read it and move. I guess there is no place. Alright, so 1 is 58. I'll press tab. Number 2 is 57.5. Number 3 is 58. Number 4 is 58. Number 5 is 57. And number 6 is 58. Now we can say next. And now it's going to show us all of the results that we just got. So here it's going to show you Galvo 1, Galvo 2, and you'll see the actual size here, along with the bulge, the skew, and the trapezoid. Now, the maximum working size is going to be 175 by 175, and over here you see a little button called Maximize Working Area. So now that the calibration is complete, we're just going to tick that off. So it's something that Lightburn does that just maximizes your working area, and we'll just turn that on. And now we'll say done. So now we're completely done. And the next thing that we want to do is just check our measurements. So I'm going to grab a square over here, a rectangle, hold shift, draw out a rectangle. I forget I don't have to select it anymore. It's automatically selected. All right, we're going to put this into line, and I guess we can just press P to put it in the center. And let's pick a round number here, so let's make it 80. And there we go. So now we have 80 by 80. Let's go ahead and put this on the red layer like that. And then cuts and layers. Let's see. So we'll come over here to CO2. We're going to again do a speed of, I'll set my speed, my power, my frequency, my Q pulse, all that kind of good stuff. And now all we're going to do is just draw one line. So I'll say OK. And we'll just turn that one off. I don't know where that one is or why it's even on there. There's no black line. Let me see. If I do that and say flash, nothing happens. So it's obviously not there. Don't know why it's there. So now we'll just take a new piece of paper and drop it on the laser and run it. Okay, I don't know what happened to that video, but I did burn another square on a new piece of paper, and I measured the X and I measured the Y. So there's my measurements, and they're way off from here. I requested 80 by 80 and I got 138 by 139. So I did something wrong in there, but we can fix that. So we're going to come back into the wrench and screwdriver icon, and over here you're going to see Galvo 2 is X. So this is my X. Galvo 1 is Y. This is my Y over here. And you'll see that's why we got the wrong numbers. So what we're going to do is click these three little dots over here and calibrate the scale. So on the X, the requested size was 130, was 80, excuse me, was 80. And the measured size when I measured it was 138. So I'm going to say OK to that. And then I'm going to click on these three dots for the Y axis, and the requested size again was 80, and what I got was 139. So I'll put that in and say OK. And now it automatically scaled to what the setting should be. So now I'm set. I can say OK to that. And what I'll do is I'll run this job one more time on a clean sheet of paper, or actually I can use this one over again, and we'll find out if we get the 80 by 80, which we should. So let's switch back over to the laser and hit frame and put this back on. And just hit start. And there we go. Let me close this dialog box. Grab this sheet of paper. All right, so now that I've measured it again, you'll see I'm still off just a little bit. I got 82. Come on, camera, focus. What's the problem? All right, there we go. I got 80 on the Y and 82 on the X. So I'm just going to do this one more time. I'm going to come back into the wrench and screwdriver, and we're going to, let's see, the X was off. So we're going to click the 3 little dots on the X. So Galvo 2 is the X. Going to click on that. Requested size was 80 and measured size was 82. And we're going to say OK one more time. See, it adjusted that percentage. We'll say OK, and then we'll just run this job one more time just to make sure. I feel pretty confident that this is going to work now. All right, and that last square is spot on. You can see it's square now as well. There's no bulge, there's no skew, there's no problems with it whatsoever. So we're all set. We finished the calibration. So the video took a little bit longer than I anticipated, but going through all of the steps step by step and filming and everything else takes a little extra time. So if you need to change your lens, don't be afraid to do it. Lightburn makes it so easy with their built-in tools that anybody can do this. So feel free to buy some extra lenses. You know, if you want to do some really deep engraving on coins or something like that, get a 75mm lens. Feel free to get all the lenses that you need and just follow this video to set them up. It's like I said, it's real easy, simple, fast, and you can do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you today. And as always, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.